Welcome to Chapter 4. So far, we've been hard-coding prompts directly in our application code. That works for experimentation, but it creates real problems in production. Every prompt change requires a code deployment, there's no version history, and you can't A/B test different prompt versions without modifying your codebase. InteractiveAI's prompt management solves this by decoupling prompt content from application logic. You can iterate on prompts through the platform UI, test them in the playground, version them, and deploy changes, all without touching your code. Before writing a single prompt, let's take a look at the models available to us. Navigate to Orchestration, then LLMs. This page lists every model you can access, with details for each one. The model ID you'll use in your code, the cost for it, the model name and its provider, recommended use cases and strengths of this model, capabilities like text or vision, and context window size. This is where you'd compare options and decide which model fits your use case. For our customer support system, we'll use Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 4 for its strong conversational abilities and reasonable cost. It's also worth mentioning that if you prefer to use your own API keys with providers directly, you can configure custom LLMs in settings. These models then become available in the playground and for running evaluators. For this tutorial, we'll stick with the router since it simplifies setup and provides automatic tracing. Now let's build our prompt. The playground is where you iterate on prompts before committing them to your application. Instead of deploying untested prompts and hoping for the best, you can experiment with different templates, adjust parameters, and see results immediately. Navigate to Orchestration, then Playground. You'll see a chat-based interface where you can compose and test prompts. First, in the right panel, find the Model section. Select the Interactive AI router as the provider and choose a model. You'll also notice options here to configure tools and structured outputs. These let you define function calls or enforce a specific response format. They're entirely optional and we won't be using them in this tutorial, but they're available if your use case requires them. Now let's write our system prompt. In the prompt area, you'll see message rows with roles. We're going to create a prompt that guides the model's behavior for our customer support system. The prompt defines what the agent can help with: account verification, refund inquiries, promotional terms, and purchase limits, along with guidelines for tone and safety. Notice the double curly brace syntax: subscription tier, account status, and user question. These are variables, placeholders that get filled in at runtime when your application fetches the prompt, or right now when testing in the playground. In the variables section on the right, enter test values. Set account status to verified, subscription tier to premium, and user question to how long does it take to process a refund to my bank account? Click Submit and review the response. Does it sound right? Is the tone appropriate? Does it give accurate information? This is your iteration loop. Adjust the system prompt, change parameters, try different models, and rerun until you're satisfied. Once you're happy with your prompt, save it to the prompt repository so your application can fetch it at runtime. Click Save as Prompt in the top right corner, then select Save as New Prompt. Enter a name: customer-support/general-inquiry. The slash notation creates folder organization. You'll see a customer support folder appear in the prompts list, which keeps things tidy as your prompt library grows. Optionally, add a commit message describing this version. Click Save. Your prompt is now stored in the repository with a version number, starting at 1, and the latest label automatically assigned. Navigate to Orchestration, then Prompts, and click on your prompt to see the detail view. In the same vein, labels are how you control which version of a prompt your application fetches. They act as pointers that you can move between versions without changing any application code. If you look at the prompt we just saved, you'll see it already has 2 labels assigned automatically: Latest, which always points to the most recent version, and Production, which indicates the version your live application should use. Right now, both labels point to version 1 since it's our only version. This is where labels become powerful. Let's say you want to iterate on the prompt without affecting what's live. Click on New to create a new version of that same prompt. Make your changes. Maybe you want to adjust the tone or add handling for a new inquiry type, and save it. The latest label automatically moves to the new version, but production stays on version 1. Your live application is still using the original prompt. Now you can test the new version thoroughly. Assign a custom label to it. Let's call it Under Review, so your team knows this version is being evaluated. When you're confident it works, you move the production label from version 1 to the new version, and your live application immediately picks up the change. No deployment needed. In production systems, you don't want anyone accidentally changing which prompt version is live. This is where protected prompt labels come in. Navigate to Settings, then Protected Prompt Labels. Add Production as a protected label and save. Now, even if a team member has edit access to prompts, they can't change which version the production label points to. They can still create new versions and assign other labels, but the production deployment is protected. Only admins and owners can modify protected labels. This is particularly important when multiple people are iterating on prompts. Now let's connect everything to our actual application. Instead of hard-coding the prompt text in our code, we fetch it from the repository at runtime. This is where all the work we just did in the platform pays off. In the code, we call InteractiveAI.getPrompt with the prompt name and the label production. This returns the prompt object with all its content and configuration. We then call prompt.compile, passing in the actual values for our variables, the subscription tier, account status, and customer question. The compile method replaces all the variable placeholders with real values and returns the prompt in the format expected by the LLM, ready to be passed directly to client.chat.completions.create. This linkage is valuable for traceability. It means you can always trace back from a production interaction to the exact prompt version that generated it. And conversely, from any prompt version, you can see every trace that used it, making it easy to compare how different versions perform in the real world. Let's recap what we covered in this chapter. We explored the model catalog in the router, where you can compare providers, capabilities, context windows, and pricing across over 200 models. We used the playground to test and iterate on prompts before committing them. Experimenting with templates, parameters, and edge cases in real time. We saved our prompt to the repository and learned how labels control which version your application uses, keeping production stable while you iterate freely on new versions, and we protected the production label so only admins and owners can modify it. Finally, we connected everything to our application code, fetching prompts by label at runtime so that prompt changes never require a code deployment.